morning. Good morning. This is a new stream. Not much promo for this because it kind of came together, but this is a new stream we're going to be doing. I'll be live every weekday pretty much at 11 a.m. And I'll be doing all kinds of stuff. I'll be showing off some tools here on SportWise. I'll be recapping games, giving previews for games, all the normal stuff that if you've followed me for a while, you guys have known kind of what's been up. I used to do a daily stream every day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So this one's going to be at 11 a.m. So, get your day started off. We'll recap some stuff, preview some stuff, but this is new. It's going to be coming weekdays at 11 a.m. So hopefully we can build up, a little schedule here and get on it. If you are tuning in, thank you. Appreciate you. We're going to talk some recap of the NBA games yesterday and then do a little early look at the NFL Week 12 slate, which I have pulled up. I have that pulled up here on the screen. We're going to talk basketball first, and then we'll dive into NFL. Sriracha, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Are you no longer with Common? No, I'm now with Rolling Insights. Also been doing my own thing here. So yes, I am no longer with my previous company. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I'm really excited for 2025. So I've put a couple messages out about it. But I think this next year is going to be big, and I'm excited. I'm gonna pull up. Thank you, Sriracha. I appreciate that. I'm going to pull up the NBA games actually first. And we'll kind of talk about that. Betting wise, I've been on fire in the NBA. I mean, we've just been absolutely crushing. If you guys read the articles the last few days, yesterday I was all over Brandon Miller. He went off. I was all over Donovan Mitchell. He went off. It was a really, really good day for me yesterday. Starting off, we'll start with this Hornets game, I guess. Or no, let's start Cavs Celtics since that was the biggest game. This game was insane. So Celtics come out in the first half. They shot like 85% from three. They shot 50% from three for the full game here. You can see 54%, 22 of 41. Cavs shot 34%. But I mean, the Cavs were down. I don't know what the biggest lead was. They were down like 20 points, I think, at one point in that going to halftime or close to it. Like they were getting absolutely run out of the gym because of the shooting from the Celtics. Made a huge comeback. Look, they only lost by 3 points, and Darius Garland shot 3 for 21, did not make a three-pointer. I mean, if you're the Cavs, like you probably feel pretty good about this. I mean, they had to get a loss out of the way at some point anyways, but they come in here. They don't have any of their wing defenders, right? So I ended up betting the Celtics in this game first half and full game. That went 1-1. The Celtics did not cover the full game line, but I mean, they ruled out all. I thought at least one or two of those guys would play. Karis LeVert, Dean Wade, and Isaac Okoro all were out for this game. That's literally their entirety of their wing defenders. Like going up against Boston without any defenders, that's scary. So the fact that they were down and then still made that comeback is pretty crazy without those guys, that they rely on to defend the perimeter. And terrible shooting from Garland. And then to be honest with you, I mean, Donovan Mitchell didn't shoot great either. 13 of 29, 3 for 11 from deep. I mean, like if you're the Cavs, I think you're pretty happy with this, to be quite honest with you. I think you're happy with this result. But yeah, I wrote in the article yesterday to take the over on Donovan Mitchell points. I ended up laddering him up. So I took him over 26.5. I took him 30 plus, 35 plus, and 40 plus. We hit that up to 35. I mean, to be quite honest with you, he should have got 40 plus points. He shot 3 of 11 from 3 and 13 of 29 from the floor. He easily could have got 40 points. This was a great game though. Would not be shocked if this was an Eastern Conference Finals preview. I mean, these teams played in the playoffs last year. I would love to see them play a playoff series again this year. I think that would be awesome. Hornets Nets. Big storyline here was LaMelo Ball got benched late in the game, did not come back in. There was a video that was kind of going around of him looking kind of disinterested, I guess, during that team timeout with there was like 3 minutes left in the game. Look, I don't know. You can go check. I'm not saying I would bench LaMelo Ball for the entire rest of the game, right? Like that's probably not a good decision, but you can go check my tweets, right? Go to my Twitter account and search at Ben Hassel LaMelo Ball. I have been defending LaMelo Ball on Twitter probably since 2019, like for 5 years. There is nobody that would defend. Back when LaMelo Ball, people quickly forget LaMelo Ball when he was in high school and he had that game where he scored like 100 points or whatever and it was like cheesy. People forget that LaMelo Ball was a meme at one point, right? People thought that he was not going to be good in the NBA. People thought that he was like a social media basketball player. It's almost like if you guys know who Julian Newman was, people were acting like LaMelo Ball was Julian Newman, right? Like just terrible takes. I've been defending LaMelo Ball for years on Twitter. Sandy, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. So I've been defending LaMelo Ball forever. But at the same time, you guys can't argue with me that LaMelo Ball he doesn't play winning basketball right now. He will win you games, and he's an awesome player. He does not play winning basketball, and you will not convince me otherwise. Sandy, you like Giannis over points today? I'd only took one bet for today, Sandy. I took it last night. Jared Allen double-double. It was minus 125 on FanDuel. I don't know why. It's like minus 150 now. I don't know what that opening line was. Sandy, I'm going to DM you later. I have been destroying NBA props. We got to tap in. I'll DM you later. We'll run a collab soon or something because I've been on fire NBA props. Okay, back to what I was saying though. LaMelo Ball does not play winning basketball. You will not convince me otherwise. So I can't knock the coach for benching him, right? Like the Charlotte Hornets suck. They've sucked for years. He's trying to build a culture there and build a team, whether you think they're going to be good or not. Like this was an NBA Cup game. Are the Charlotte Hornets going to win the NBA Cup? No, but they were clearly trying to win the game. I love LaMelo Ball. He's a fun player. I've defended him forever, but right now he doesn't play winning basketball. So, I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent on this take. I know people were freaking out about it, but anyone that was freaking out about this, I guarantee they bet on LaMelo Ball and they wanted him to come in and get stats for their bets is my take on that. But yeah. And then I saw people saying LaMelo should ask for a trade. Like, dude, he got benched one time for like the fourth quarter. Like, what are we doing here? Relax. Ben Simmons, though, shout out. The guy scored 10 points in a game. I mean, this is big stuff for Ben Simmons. While some of these guys are out, like Cam Thomas didn't play, obviously, that was huge news. I did not think he was going to miss that game. That really kind of loosened things up for the Nets overall. There's supplementary players, but Ben Simmons recently, his rebounds and assists have been really good. And that's kind of what he does anyways. He kind of just stat pads like that. I can't believe he scored 10 points. That was pretty crazy. Nuggets, Grizzlies. I mean, not much to talk about here. Jokic did not play once again. So Sarge started for him. We got some Zeke Naji off the bench. DeAndre Jordan. I don't understand. Like, I'm not saying DeAndre Jordan is good, but why do they not play him at all when Jokic is out? Like, I know he's old, but like, I don't know. Maybe that's a bad take. Yeah, Sandy, Dalton Connect is insane. Absolutely insane. I loved him at Tennessee. I don't understand. Like, I feel like the NBA is skewing back to this, to be honest. Like, I feel like 10 years ago, someone like Dalton Connect would not even have got drafted that high at all. But I mean, he got drafted 17th, right? He should have been a lottery pick. There's no denying that. But even then, I feel like 10 15 years ago, he wouldn't even have got drafted that high because he's like old, like what he's like 24 or whatever. I don't or 23. I don't know how old is he, but I think his age was like a big knock. But I think the NBA is starting to skew back to that. Like they're just taking good basketball players. Like obviously athleticism is super important, and Dalton Connect is athletic, but Dalton Connect is a good basketball player at the end of the day. So I do feel like some teams have skewed back to that, and that's affected their drafting, which is good because there's very good college players that I feel like never really got a look. So I'm happy that Dalton Connect's balling. I mean, he's so good. Dalton Connect having JJ Redick as his coach, it's like the perfect scenario. And you could see it last night, like JJ talking to the media after the game, talking about, the stuff he was drawing up for Connect. Like having someone that played like JJ, similar style, and such a good shooter, like being able to scheme things specifically for you is such an advantage. Like the Lakers hit a home run with that pick. And to be honest, like that's going to help the Lakers out a lot. The last few years, it's been the same song and dance for the Lakers at the trade deadline. They come in and then, they do whatever they do for the first half of the season, and then they try and, make a big trade at the deadline, whether it was trading away Russ or whatever. That they make a big trade where they trade half their team at the deadline to get new pieces because it hasn't been working. Dalton Connect being as good as he is already, that loosens stuff up at the deadline. Like they can trade guys at the deadline and not even have to worry about getting specific pieces back because you already know Dalton Connect is doing what he's doing right now. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys have tapped into this, but I wrote a preview for the NBA Cup. We took some bets. We have Lakers to win the NBA Cup, but we also have Lakers to win their group. Every team we took to win their group is favored right now. So I don't know. I'm trying not to jinx this, but we have Lakers to win their group at plus 200. They're favored right now. We have Warriors at plus 230 to win their group. They're minus 120. And then we have Pistons at plus 850 to win their group. They're plus 130. So I don't know. We got some good CLV on these NBA Cup group props, but I don't know. I have a Lakers ticket to win the NBA Cup. I think they can. I guess I'd be back to back. They won it last year, but I definitely think they can do that. Not much to say about this game, though. I mean, Ja was still out. Edey's out with that ankle injury that he suffered or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Santi Aldama just goes off every night, though, by the way. This was I was gonna bet him double-double yesterday. I didn't. I don't know. He's kind of a wagon. Lakers care more. Yeah, that's why I took so I took 3 outrights for it: Cavs, Lakers, and Warriors. I feel like the older teams care more about this. I completely agree, Sandy. Dude, Warriors, Lakers in the NBA Cup, like playoff or whatever, the tournament round. I don't know when they would match up. I haven't looked at like potential seeding, but dude, a Lakers Warriors like elimination round game in the NBA Cup would be electric. Oh my god, that would be awesome. I think we need that to happen. Pelicans, Mavs. I mean, the Pelicans' entire team is out again. They play today. So, like I said, I took Jared Allen to get a double-double against this team. I mean, this team is just trash right now. They have nobody. Brandon Ingram's the only person they have playing right now. I haven't checked their injury report for today. I don't know if I think CJ is getting close to coming back. Zion's going to be out for a while still. But I know CJ was getting close. I don't know why Yves Missi had 3 points and 9 rebounds at halftime and then finished with 3 points and 9 rebounds. I don't know what went on there. Robinson Earl on a back-to-back tonight against the Cavs. I could see him playing a pretty big role. I think they're like 13-point dogs. I mean, the Cavs should. I know both teams are on a back-to-back, but the Cavs should shred this Pelicans team. I would look, though, for the Cavs. I didn't mention this when we went through their game, but Would not be shocked if the Cavs rest somebody today. Mitchell rested on Sunday, so I don't think he will rest today. I would say maybe Garland or Evan Mobley. Actually, Evan Mobley is probably most likely to rest if they're going to rest someone today, but maybe Garland. I don't think they'll do Mitchell just because he just rested on Sunday. So I'm looking for the Cavs to potentially rest someone. And they played such big minutes last night because those three wings were all out. I mean, Mobley played 38 minutes and Garland played 31. Evan Mobley played 38 minutes. Yeah, he's probably, I would not be shocked if he rests today. And that was part of the reason. I mean, Jared Allen has a great matchup anyways. That's why I took the double-double, but I think there's some upside that Evan Mobley does not play tonight. All right, Thunder Spurs. This was huge for our Lakers to win the group because they're in the same group, and the Thunder were favored coming into yesterday, and then somehow the Spurs with no Wembanyama beat them. But this is part of why I liked taking the Lakers in this group because the Thunder are still down their big men, right? And that can affect things just overall. I mean, Shea did what he does, 32 points. Jalen Williams did what he does, 27 points, but they really didn't get much from anyone else. Aaron Wiggins, 11 points. Kassan Wallace had 7 points in the first quarter and then really didn't do much after that. Chris Paul had a solid game. Stephen Castle's been good. I've been impressed with him early going. There's a lot of good rookies this year. I feel like this was kind of regarded as a bad draft class, but there's been some good rookies this year. I feel like that always happens. I remember, I think it was Kyrie, maybe not Kyrie's draft class, but there was that one draft class. It was around the time of when Kyrie came out. It was supposed to be like the worst draft class ever. And then I think like Kyrie, Clay, maybe it was that one. I think Kyrie, Clay, all those guys came out in the same class. It was supposed to be terrible. I feel like this happens all the time, though, in the NBA. Like, it's supposed to be a terrible draft class. I don't know. There's been a lot of good rookies, in my opinion. All right, last game. Oh, wait, I gotta go back to yesterday. Was Jazz Lakers. I mean, we were talking about a little bit. Dalton Connect, unbelievable. 37 points, shot 9 of 12 from 3, like absolutely insane. This guy's an absolute wagon. Reeves has been playing good. LeBron and AD did what they did. So the Lakers, they still need a big man. They need to make a move at the deadline for a big man to back up Anthony Davis. Like I said, though, Connect being so good kind of loosens things up. They can make trades easier for certain pieces without worrying about what they're getting back. So I don't know. I'm kind of bullish on the Lakers, man. I don't know if they'll win the finals or anything, but I think they're definitely going to be better. They're going to finish better than they did last year. They might not even have to get in the play-in. They might just make the playoffs. That would be nice to see. But yeah, I'm high on this Lakers team. Connect, unbelievable. We hit a same game parlay on this yesterday. We had Anthony Davis 25 points, LeBron 8 assists, Lakers money line. It was like plus 117 payout. Pretty nice. The Lakers, with how their team is right now, with some of the like LeBron assists, has been an absolute printing press. If you guys have like been betting on the NBA, like I would recommend looking at that. He's averaging a ton of potential assists per game since they moved D'Angelo Russell to the bench. And I mean, if we just look at his game log, I think he's got double digit in all of his last few games except for one. 12, 5, 12, 14, 16, 13, 6, 11, 10. So around this area, early November is when they made this Russell move. But this game where he got 7, he had close to 20 potential assists in this game. Because I went back and looked at this. I think this Philly game is when I started betting this. No, Toronto. This Toronto game is when I started betting LeBron assists, and it's been a wagon ever since. I'll give him a pass on this Pelicans game because it was a back-to-back. So I would need to look at the shooting numbers, but they probably weren't as good given it was the second night of a back-to-back. But right here, I remember I laddered assists here and crushed and he's been a wagon ever since. So when I bet it here, the line was 8.5. They've been putting it at 9.5 recently. Yeah, that's too low still. I mean, he gets crazy assists every single night. So yeah, but all right, that was NBA. If we're looking at tonight's games, let's see here. A lot of teams on back-to-backs. Pelicans, Cavs both are. You can see Cavs minus 13.5. They're a big spread. Bulls and Bucks. Sandy in chat said he liked Giannis points. I don't know what the line is. Let me see. I mean, I'm assuming it's pretty high. I don't know why FanDuel doesn't offer. Does anyone else have this? Does FanDuel not offer like straight up props anymore? They only have 10 plus, 15 plus, 20 plus, 25 plus. Like, what is going on? I just started noticing this. I don't know. Giannis is minus 150 for 30 plus points. First quarter points, 8.5. Interesting. I don't know if anyone else. Oh, Melissa, I didn't see your message in chat. I don't know if you're still in here, but hello. I don't know why that just popped up. Also, if you guys are in here, there's a decent amount in here. If you are in here, go sub to the Rolling Insights YouTube channel. We've started posting some content over there since I joined up, but there's going to be a ton of stuff coming there. So everyone go sub to the Rolling, just search Rolling Insights. Actually, I'll put the link. I'll drop the link in the chat. Everyone go sub to Rolling Insights YouTube. I'm posting a link in the chat right now. I don't know if that worked, but it popped up on the YouTube. I don't know if it popped up on Twitter, but if not, just search Rolling Insights on YouTube. You'll see it. Go sub up to that. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to pull back up sport-wise here, and we're going to talk some early NFL. I am so excited for next week. If you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you know Thanksgiving, NFL, DFS, or betting, whatever, season long Thanksgiving NFL slate this is my Super Bowl. It really is. It's the greatest thing ever. There's just nothing that tops the NFL DFS slate and betting. There's just nothing better. It's the best. So I'm super excited for next week. We'll definitely have some content out specifically for the Thanksgiving slate. So stay tuned for that next week for sure. Guru, thank you, NFL, for flexing. Yeah, that was a fantastic game, Guru. That was one of the best games of the year, to be quite honest. And yeah, good thing they flexed that in. What was the game supposed to be? I can't remember. If you remember, let me know. I cannot remember what the game they flexed out was. There's another game coming up, I think, that should get flexed. I think it's there's a Browns game that should be getting flexed, I think. I think it's sometime in December. But all right. So looking at the games this week here, I mean, Commanders, Cowboys. Commanders obviously have the biggest edge in the sheet here to win the game. You can see home away rank. Home team has the clear advantage here. The Cowboys are terrible. I don't know what the Cowboys do. If I'm the Cowboys, to be honest, I'm probably just starting Trey Lance. Cooper Rush, first of all, Cooper Rush isn't that good, but Cooper Rush very well might be better than Trey Lance. I'm not denying that, but the Cowboys season is over. I mean, they're not playing for anything. You made a trade for Trey Lance. I would give him some starts to just see what he can do. You know, if that's bad, then okay. You guys are bad anyways. Like, they haven't been winning. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to do it yet, but if I'm the Cowboys, I'm going to Trey Lance. Oh my God. If we could get Trey Lance on that Thanksgiving slate, that would be electric. I'm rooting for that. I mean, to be honest, the Commanders haven't been playing great either. Looking at Vegas odds, let's see. The Commanders are minus 10.5 here at home. So, one thing I noticed with this week, tons of big spreads, right? A lot of just bad games this week. Like, I'm looking at the spreads for these games. We have Bears Vikings at 3.5 points. Everything else is over 5 points, except for the two afternoon. Like, the primetime games all have close spreads, right? Browns are plus 3.5 at home. The Sunday night game, Rams Eagles, Rams are plus 2.5 at home, and then the Monday night Ravens Chargers, Chargers are plus 3 at home. So all the primetime games have close spreads, but for this Sunday, like main slate of games, there's nothing close other than Vikings Bears until the afternoon wave when you have Cardinals Seahawks and 49ers Packers, right? That's the only three, I guess, but that's the only games that have a close spread. Everything else is over 5.5 points. This might be the worst week. Last week, I thought it was a great week of NFL because we had Steelers, Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, and then Chargers, Bengals. This looks like the worst week to me, to be honest. These games all suck. So that's interesting. There's definitely going to be an upset this week, though, on one of these big spreads. So finding that could be huge for you. Which one is it most likely to be, though? Interesting. I don't know. I mean, I could see like the Raiders, I guess, like quote unquote upsetting the Broncos. I mean, it's a 5.5 point spread. I could see that just because the Broncos are good, but not that good. I don't really think the Titans beat the Texans. I guess the Patriots could beat the Dolphins theoretically if Drake May just has a crazy game. That's probably the two that stick out to me the most. Raiders? Shane, are you saying Raiders for upset? If that's what you're saying, then yes, I agree. That's easily the most obvious one, I think, to me. I mean, and you can see like it's towards the bottom of this list here, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I saw that stat. Somebody had that stat about the Broncos against the NFC South or whatever. Like they've just beat up on the NFC South. I don't know. I made a short form video yesterday, if you guys saw that, about the Bengals to make the playoffs. So I'm not predicting that the Bengals will make the playoffs, but I think that there's some value, right, on them at almost 5-1 to make the playoffs when they're competing against the Broncos and the Colts, two teams I really don't trust. The Dolphins are in the mix there too, but I already have a ticket that's over 3-1 on the Dolphins to make the playoffs. So I'm probably going to bet the Bengals too, and then just hope that one of those two teams overtakes the Broncos or the Colts. I mean, the Broncos and Colts play each other, so one of those teams is going to pick up a loss, and then the Bengals host the Broncos at home. So let's just like right there, if the Bengals beat the Broncos at home right now, they've made up a game, right? So they just need to make up one other game on those other teams. I don't really trust them. They basically have to win out, but I like them getting the bye week, then facing Pittsburgh at home, and then just playing terrible teams up until they play the Broncos. I don't know. I don't trust them to win out with their coach and how their defense has been playing, but I don't know. I think it was plus 440. Thought that was a little steep, to be honest, for an offense as good as that with healthy T. Higgins. Like they've been in a lot of close games and lost. They're probably due for a couple close game wins. They need to flex Arizona Seahawks or 49ers Packers to primetime. Only playoff team should be primetime. Yeah, what even is it? I mean, Eagles Rams, that's not a bad game though. I mean, the Eagles are fighting for the 1 seed in the NFC. The Rams are still in the playoff mix. I think they're right on the bubble. Let me see. Let's take a look here. I think they're right on the bubble, aren't they? Yeah, so they're the Commanders are at 7-4. I mean, they're 5-5, so I guess they're on the bubble, but not really because they're 2 games out. But I mean, the Eagles are 1 game back. Like they're trying to fight for the 1 seed. So I don't have as much of a gripe with that game. And then Chargers Ravens is pretty good. That's a good game. Seahawks Arizona, though, is a huge game because, man, the 49ers, now Brock Purdy's banged up. I don't think the 49ers, if they don't win their division, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, which is insane to say. I mean, I would say back in like 2018, I was always, I don't know if anyone remembers this, if they followed me for that long, but back in like 2018, I was always, this is like when the Niners still had Garoppolo and stuff. I always was betting on them as underdogs and stuff. And it was great. Like we bet them over the Cowboys, that one playoff game, which was huge for us. We won. We bet them over the Packers in that one playoff game, which was huge. I think that was when Aaron Rodgers was on the Packers. Like I used to be super, super like aggressive with the 49ers stuff. They've gotten more respected over time, like since the McCaffrey trade and stuff. And I've been fading them more often than not. Like faded them obviously in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs both times. Faded them against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl both times. And I was pretty low on them coming into the season. But I didn't expect them to like miss the playoffs. I was just planning like, okay, it's the same story. You know, they'll get in the playoffs and then we'll bet against them because Kyle Shanahan is just an absolute loser in big games. But that's not been the case this year. I don't think they're gonna get in the playoffs if they don't win their division, which is insane. So this is like a sneaky big game. I was high on the Seahawks coming into the season. I have a ticket on them to make the playoffs that's looking kind of dead. To be honest, they need to win the division if they're going to make the playoffs, which I don't think is likely. Arizona, I think, is actually decent. I don't know. I don't think that they could win the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl, but I think they have a good coach, and he's been getting the most out of his players. So, you know, that's a big game for those division implications, especially if, I mean, the Niners are 2.5-point dogs here with a banged up Brock Purdy in Lambeau. If they lose another game, I mean, let me look at the division standings here. So Arizona's in first right now at 6-4, and then all 3 other teams are at 5-5. So I guess going back to that Rams thing, if the Rams won the division, they get in the playoffs. So they're really not 2 games back of a playoff spot. They're 1. Because all that entire division can win the division and make the playoffs. And I don't think any of those records will get them in a wild card. So it's just we're going to have one NFC West team in, and it's whoever wins the division. So Cardinals are at 6-4. They can potentially pick up another game, you know, a full game on the Seahawks here by beating them. And then if the Niners lose, you know, that's huge for them too. I want to see. I think they still play though once. So the Cardinals play the Seahawks and then play the Seahawks again. And they play the 49ers. So they still have, and the Rams. So they still have 4 divisional games left, 2 against the Seahawks, 1 the Rams, 1 the Niners. I don't know. This NFC West is going to come down to the last week of the season. I would be looking, let me pull the odds up here. The Cardinals are favored at -110. And everybody else is 3-1 for the Niners, 5-1 for the Rams. Man, if you think the Cardinal, any other team, I would be betting this division right now. I think this is going to come down to the last week. I would be, and I think the Cardinals are good. I honestly think the Cardinals win it, but I'm going to take some shots. I might bet the Seahawks just because the Seahawks have 2 games left against the Cardinals and the Niners. I definitely might bet the Seahawks 5-1 here. And then the 49ers, I might wait just because they're underdogs this week. You'll probably get an even better number if they lose to the Packers. So stay tuned on that one. But I think that taking some shots on this NFC West winner is interesting. I wonder if FanDuel's like cheesy. Is there any differential between those teams' odds to make the playoffs and to win the division? Yeah, see, okay, so this is why FanDuel does dumb stuff. You guys need to pay attention to stuff. Seahawks are plus 300 to make the playoffs, but they're plus 500 to win the division. I don't really think they get in the playoffs unless they win the division. So just take the, that's a big difference. Plus 500, 5-1 versus 3-1. Same with the Niners, right? They're plus 172 to make the playoffs, but 3-1 to win the division. I would just be betting those division lines as opposed to the make the playoff lines. All right, but overall, these streams are going to be probably like 30 to 45 minutes typically each day. Tomorrow I'll be live. We'll have a Thursday night football preview. And then Friday I'll be live. We'll have NBA Cup Friday night. So there'll be lots to talk about there, plus a more clearer look at the NFL games. Like I said at the top, though, please go sub up to the Rolling Insights YouTube. Lots of content will be coming there. I'll have a blog post out later today. I do those every single day as well. So, go to rollinginsights.com. You can sign up for a free account over there as well. But I do blog posts every single day. Yesterday I did NBA. Today I don't know what I'll do yet. But I'll have some written content up and some more video stuff up as well. And I think we're dropping a YouTube video later tonight as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. There's like 50 people in here, so appreciate you guys. I'll be live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Good luck with your bets tonight, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.